How's everybody doing? Don't you love that intro? That is Prince with Honky Tonk Women, a Rolling Stones cover. I just love that. Met a freaky barroom queen in Memphis. The first line. That is how you start a great song. Glad you guys are with me. Episode 24. Please remain seated. For our bourbon tasting tonight, we had a very rare selection from my library. This is if you notice the horse on top of the bottle, this is from the Blanton's Distillery, and it is really widely thought of as the first single barrel bourbon. And when we say single barrel or single cask in European whiskeys, they mean that all of the whiskey came from a single barrel instead of multiple barrels and then blended for a certain taste. So single barrel or single cask is generally what you're looking for in some of your better whiskeys. Blanton's is somewhat hard to find under normal circumstances, but if you can find this title, which I got in Kentucky in 2013, this is Blanton's straight from the barrel edition. Probably can't see that on the neck, but it's extremely difficult to find. It's unfiltered and uncut. This is 128 proof, and it tells the barrel number and all that. So very, very great bourbon, and it packs a punch at 64% alcohol. It is not brought down to your typical 90 to 100 proof. Outstanding American whiskey. So glad you guys are here. What a fun episode we're going to have. It's been quite a week. It's really been quite a week. You know, pardon me, I don't know if I'm muted my phone. And knowing my luck, it would ring during the episode. Let's mute that. All right, so what a week. Okay, last week we had the Trump assassinating Salami, the lunch meat turned terrorist. Trump, outstanding job, taking out Salami, making us all safer. Bam, things are off and running. We're all thinking, is there war coming? What's coming? What's happening? What's going on? Well, the first thing that happens is Iran strikes back. By the way, I'm wearing my Dallas Cowboy Support the Troops hat and my Predator, Don Fry, the UFC Hall of Famer, who's a personal friend of mine, and I'm sure he'll be on the podcast at some point. I'm wearing his shirt today with the American flag. The only problem is it's in Pittsburgh Steelers colors, and we know they suck. But besides that, it's a great shirt. Now, back to what I was saying. Before we get too far down the road analyzing this Iran situation and all the other great topics that we're going to go through tonight, I want you to take a minute and subscribe to the podcast. And I've got a lot of people that are messaging me saying they don't know how to subscribe. You need to go to the YouTube app and look in the upper right corner. Make sure you're signed in to YouTube, and then go to my channel and click on subscribe, and then click on the little bell that will give you all the notifications of when my new episodes post. By the way, if you can see this is my new, because I want to accommodate my fans, I've got a box of Puffs plus lotion, Kleenex, to soak up all of the liberal tears that are shed over my episode. So here you go. I don't want anyone to chafe. Here are the liberal tear Kleenexes, and they're actually puffs for all the liberal tears that are apparently shed because of my episodes. Now, please subscribe. Please hit like. Please hit all that within the YouTube app. If you want to have a long argument with me, let's do it on YouTube so my channel will get more play. I would really appreciate that. Please, please do. All right, so we take out salami. Then the pitiful Iranians struck back. And what they do is they bomb, I believe it was one of our aircraft, hangars where we kept the aircraft in Iraq. And they bombed it, sent a bunch of missiles into it. And they claimed to their media that they claimed they killed 30 Americans in that attack. Now we know they didn't kill any Americans. The president said that. It was just them trying to save face. And President Trump did a great thing by indicating that, hey, you guys don't want this. Okay? We took out Salami. He's a bad dude. You hit us back best you could without pissing us off. Now let's just call it good. Let's call it good. Outstanding speech by the president. Outstanding. So do you think he was congratulated by the Congress? No ticker tape parade. No popcorn. No balloons. No babies on dad's shoulders watching the floats go by. No, the Democrats, led by nerdy Nancy Pelosi, decide to do a resolution to limit Trump's power, to make it less likely that he can take these actions in the future. So I'm just dismayed that once again the Democrats are taking this road. I mean, it might as well say right now that Salami is third in polling in Iowa for the dadgum Democratic presidential nomination. That's how much they like this guy, apparently. That's how much they like him. The loony left is getting loonier by the minute, folks. By the minute. I like to say these Dems are going to dim. They're going to dim. So, again, Pelosi puts forth the resolution to limit Trump's power. I don't have an update on how far that went. I assume it will pass as they have control of the House. Now, other funny things going on. Rap star Cardi B, you may know her for hits such as Bodak Yellow and something about red bottom shoes or something, spilled red soda on my shoes or some crazy stuff like that. Anyway, she's popular. She was a stripper. Her IQ's probably lower than her sexual partner count. She has cement in her butt, for example. She put cement in her butt to make it look a certain way. Let me say it one more time. She put quick cream in her butt to make it look a certain way. How's that? Make sure my mic's not hot. She put cement in her butt to make it look a certain way. Nothing more to say about her. Anybody need a liberal tear yet? Make sure I don't have any whiskey on my face. Moving on. Cardi B, the rapper, has came out and announced she is seeking Nigerian citizenship because Trump is making her country a dangerous place to live. What? Bye, Cardi. Bye. We won't miss you. See you later. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Cardi B seeking Nigerian citizenship to avoid the dangers that Trump is causing. The guy that's keeping us safe. How do I even want to say this? How many Nigerians do you think wish they were in America? A lot. So why don't we have Cardi B give her passport to Nigerian citizens so they can take her place? They can come here because she's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. All right? I just heard a fake news story on CNN that President Trump has not done the White House rather, has not done a press conference in 300 days. Who do you think posted that story? I'll tell you to leave it in the comments, but I'm about to tell you now. CNN, the quintessential fake news provider. The president hasn't done a press conference in 300 days. Hello, have you been breathing this week? They just did 2 or 3 since the Iran attack. They did covering the sanctions. They covered the attack. They covered the response to the attack. CNN is relentless in their attacking of this president. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I had a very big backlash on my personal Facebook over last week's video because somebody's offended by my joke. A liberal was offended by my joke about, don't worry, young people, there's not going to be a draft because we don't want you. You're not ready to fight. You know? And my mom chewed me out for saying the kitty cat word. So I'll say it again, wussies. Because I love my mom and I don't want to hurt her ears. So wussies in general, because the young people today are not like the young people in 1942. That shouldn't have made liberals cry, but it did. And the only thing I'm proud about is it wasn't on my YouTube channel. It was on Facebook. If you're going to talk crap about me, get on YouTube. That's all I got to say about that. Crazy what liberals are doing. You know what? I miss good old 90s liberals. Real liberals. I was one. You know, the comedian Bill Maher said he did his last comedy show for HBO in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because he missed old-time liberals and was hoping to find some there in Tulsa. I agree totally, Bill. I agree totally. I mean, I'm a recovered liberal, but it's just when they turn into the loony left that they left me behind. They left me behind because of the assault on this president, the relentless fake news, the siding with terrorism, the lifestyle things that I just can't get my head around, and all the other things that the liberals are doing are just so far from what the Democratic Party was founded on. But I also, like Bill Maher, miss good old 90s liberals. You know, I'm a big Nirvana fan, and I heard Kurt Cobain, I watched one of his last interviews, supposedly, with a Canadian magazine, and he talked about women's rights and all this stuff, and I just thought, damn it, I miss good old 90s liberals. I don't know how they turned into the loony left, but make no mistake about it, Trump is not the one wanting war. They actually are the ones wanting war. The liberals want war. They want chaos because that will send us right into socialism. Right into socialism. It certainly will. You know, not only was my comment about the wussy nature of the younger people today a trigger for the liberals, but apparently I've got some feedback, and my discussion of handicap parking is also triggering some liberals. Well, listen, don't tell me about invisible disabilities and all these things, because I know about them very well. I'm telling everyone out there today, too many people have handicap parking signs. It's a problem. Google it. By the way, I just learned about DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is an anonymous Google-like search engine that you can really get real results from without all the crappy ads. So go to DuckDuckGo, who is not yet sponsored this podcast and learn about handicap parking permits and see all the disability rights activists who agree with me that too many people have handicap parking permits. And my solution is get the doctor out of the picture. Get the doctor out of the picture. The family doctor cannot say no. Too many people have handicap parking. If 75% of disabilities are invisible, make daggum sure every one of them need wide parking spaces by the door. Make sure the disability relates back to that. That's all I'm saying. And there's a difference between disabilities and chronic medical conditions. I know that's hard for some people to hear, but there's a difference. Trust me on that. Comment if you don't agree. Comment if you do. I'd love to hear from you. You know, as I think about the 2016 presidential election, I think, wow, if Hillary Clinton would have won that election, folks, let me get my liberal tissue to make sure there's nothing on my face. If Hillary Clinton, liberal, for the liberal tears, because I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable. If Hillary Clinton would have won that election, we would have a president right now with a body count. With a body count. Do you feel me on that? We'd have a president with a body count if Hillary would have won. I mean, what more do we need to say? The lady's got a body count. She is so much more Machiavellian than Bill. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Pure evil. Thank goodness Trump won. Thank goodness Trump won. That's all I got to say. What else is going on? You know, part of this Iran problem, I'll break it down to you, is because Trump is going in there and he's seeing these agreements that President Obama made with Iran and different Muslim countries. And Trump's like, what the hell is this? We're not doing this. And he's canceling them. That's a big reason why they're mad. Trump is doing his job. Donald Trump, Orange Man Bad, as the liberals call him, is doing his freaking job. And he's got my vote. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. What else is going on? You know, there's so much really that we're not seeing here that the media's doing. You know, I told you about CNN. We got a big victory against CNN. Nick Sandmann, who you may know as the Catholic high school student that was harassed because he wore a Trump hat, a Make America Great Again hat, to walk around D.C. He bought it there in D.C. actually. And then CNN said that he was harassing a Native American man, and it was later proven that that was completely false. And CNN cut the video to make it look like he was harassing the Native American, when actually the Native American was harassing him. Well, guess what? CNN has paid him somewhere in the vicinity of $275 million. $275 million settling with him out of court. Now, why? Now, and shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Aurelius Wren. Why, brother, would they pay out $275 million before going to trial? I tell you, they didn't just wait till before trial. Folks, they did it before discovery. They paid it before discovery. Why? Why would they fold that easy? Well, number one, because they know they're lying. And they know the guy didn't harass a Native American. And number two, my attorney friends out there, what does discovery mean? It means turning over emails, turning over phone records. All of the emails where it shows CNN employees making fun of Trump, doing all these sorts of things, would all come out. And that's why they could not go to discovery. and that's why they had to pay him out. That's how corrupt CNN is. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. CNN is the freaking worst. Plain and simple. What else is going on? Let's see. I'm so glad that he got paid. I just want to say that one more time. It is a victory for real news. And I'm a journalist. I want real news back. I want real news back. It's ridiculous what CNN is doing. Well, let's see. Football news. My Dallas Cowboys hired a coach. We've got Mike McCarthy, former Packers coach, now head coach of the Cowboys. I think it's a good hire. I think it's a strong hire. And I look for him to do great things. Now, the only important thing to say about this, because I know there might be some non-Cowboy fans out there, is he did get asked by local media, did Dez catch the ball? Did Dez catch the ball in the 2014 playoffs, in which the refs, Tony Romo hit Dez Bryant with the long pass, and Dez caught it on 4th and 1, probably scored, but the ref reversed the call, and Green Bay ended up winning. Coach McCarthy proudly said it was a hell of a catch. He was the Packers coach at that time, so that's why this is relevant. So I'm so glad to welcome him in to the Cowboys family. And I'm looking forward to great wins in the future. What else is going on? Let's see here. The college football playoff is coming up. We've got LSU versus Clemson. I am all out for LSU. I'm a big Burrows fan. Since I read his article in Sports Illustrated a few weeks ago, the guy's a rare quarterback. He's not going to be this guy that floats out of the NFL. He's the real deal. And I look for them to win and win big tomorrow night. Look for LSU to do very well. Very well. What else is going on? I watched the final film in the Rambo series, starring Sylvester Stallone. Loved it. I've loved the entire series. Rambo returns for the 5th film in this, in which he has returned to civilian life in Arizona and has become a quasi-uncle to a young lady who ends up in a kidnapping situation. And Rambo had to Rambo, if you know what I mean. And the bad guys got theirs. Hats off to Sylvester Stallone for a great series of films. I loved it. Keep up the good work. Rambo is the man. John Rambo, great stuff. And by the way, that started as a novel by John Morrell. So if you want to go back and read some of the Rambo novels, that's where the idea for these films came from. All right? What else going on? This weekend we've got big fight coming up. Conor McGregor returns to the UFC cage to take on Donald Cowboy Cerrone in a welterweight matchup. I love this fight. This fight's taking place again at welterweight, which is 170 pounds, and I look forward to the fight. Now, should Conor win? Yes. Conor is 100 times the fighter of Cerrone. But here's why this worries me, because I am a Conor McGregor fan. The weight, 170. It's a lot of weight for McGregor to have on his body. Number 2, Conor's already shown that he has bad cardio. And it might not be his fault. It might be just that he's got so much explosiveness, so much fast twitch muscle fiber that he's just going to gas out. But the fight worries me for that regard. I think if it's early, it's Conor's fight. If it's late, who knows? But rest assured, I'll be going for the Mag Daddy, the notorious Conor McGregor in that fight, taking place in Las Vegas on Saturday, June 18. Shout out to the guy from my hometown, Mike Matthews, who told me he was flying himself to the fight. I'm a little bit jealous. Have fun. Have fun. What else do we have going on? Russell Westbrook, the OKC Thunder legend, returned to OKC, commemorate with his new team, the Houston Rockets, and Oklahoma City crushed them. Oklahoma City crushed the Rockets. And Westbrook acted like a typical NBA superstar. Kind of disappointed me. He did some great things with the fans, but during some timeouts, he sat by himself, and he played ball selfishly. He's so great. I love him. He did so many great things for our state. But I like our blue-collar team now. I like the way we're moving without the ball. I like the way we're playing defense. We're communicating. We're listening to Coach Donovan. I just love the way the OKC Thunder is playing. And by the way, they broke out in their OKC Bombing Memorial uniforms. They were awesome. I've really been studying the OKC Bombing recently because I don't think the whole story's been told, at least not by mainstream media. And I'm looking forward to learning more about it because I think there's much more to it than Timothy McVeigh. And I've really been kind of looking into that in my spare time. What else is going on? I'm running through this pretty quickly. But yes, I do want your subscriptions. I do want your feedback, your comments. I really need them on YouTube. Shout out to my agent for quadrupling my views in recent weeks. I appreciate that. I'm trying to put forth my best episodes. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I think that we're only going to get better from here. We're only going to get better. Today in the NFL playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs took on the Houston Texans at home. The Texans got out to a 24-0 lead and ended up losing 51-31. And never before had a team been up by at least 20 points in the playoffs and ended up losing by at least 20 points. So way to go, Texans. Way to go, Texans. And in the late game, we have the Green Bay Packers edging out a victory over the Seattle Seahawks. I believe it was 28-23. Don't quote me on that. But the Packers move on. So we got the Kansas City Chiefs at home next Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. And in the NFC, we'll have the San Francisco 49ers, I believe, at home. I'm not sure about that. But it will be San Francisco versus Green Bay in the NFC Championship. And that will be our Championship Sunday. Tennessee versus Kansas City. San Francisco versus Green Bay. Great, great games. Great, great games. Hey, I look forward to hearing from you. Please subscribe. I'm really enjoying doing these for you, but I'm going to get this channel off the ground. I'm really going to get this channel off the ground. So I hope you keep tuning in, and I hope you subscribe and interact with me within your YouTube app. All right? Hope you enjoyed Prince coming in with the Rolling Stones cover, Honky Tonk Women. Let's do the same thing. Prince will take us out with a Jimi Hendrix cover, Machine Gun, that he has quasi-titled Habibi. But again, it's really Jimi Hendrix, Machine Gun, and Prince on the guitar. So see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed learning about the great Blanton's bourbon and listen to me jabber. It's a lot of fun. Please remain seated. See you next week.